everyone. I'm Dr. Melissa Tranquille, Director and Founder of MT Training Enterprises Limited. Typically, I help people in four different areas. We provide performance, management, and productivity training for managers and employees. We show entrepreneurs how to launch their coaching business. And for persons who want to lose weight and live a happier, healthier life, we help them to lose 10 to 30 pounds in 12 weeks. But right now, we are running a series called COVID-19 Work from Home Tips. And this has started due to conversations with various people and some of their struggles from working from home. So I want to welcome you to our episode number 3. And before I start, I want to give a big thank you to all the key workers on the front line who are helping to save lives and keep things going. So our health and social care workers, our doctors, our nurses, the paramedics, even the postal workers, even the food chain workers, utility workers, all of you on the front line who are doing what you need to do to save lives and of course help us to, how should I say, be able to still access the food, the medicine, and some of the essential supplies that we need. So a big thank you to all of you, especially our health and social care workers. I want to start off this episode by thanking all of you around the world, those in the UK and around the world. So welcome to episode number 3. And the tip today, remember Monday to Friday, you will be receiving 1 tip per day that can help you make your work from home experience a less stressful, more productive, and joyous one. So your tip for today is to take frequent breaks. And I know you've probably heard of this before, but so I'm going to speak quickly and concisely about this particular tip because what you do is also essential in order for this to be something that works. So why is it important to take frequent breaks? It's necessary for you to take frequent breaks because it can, if you were to work without breaks or without sufficient breaks, it will affect your focus and attention. It will cause you to get decision fatigue, if you've ever heard of decision fatigue. Because when you are working, you may not be aware of it, but we're constantly making decisions. We're responding to emails. If you're working with customers, you're responding to customers. Depending on the role you have, if you're a project officer, you're planning projects. You're planning when should I do this launch or when should I start this marketing campaign, and you're constantly making decisions. So without frequent breaks, you can also get decision fatigue. And of course, it will increase your stress level, it will increase your anxiety level. And many times this is happening to us without us realizing until we reach that point of burnout. So if you're working from home, it is necessary, especially if you're working from home and you have the kids around as well, it's necessary to take frequent breaks. How long should those breaks be? Now, some persons will take 90-minute breaks. Some persons may take a 75-minute break. For persons who follow the Pomodoro technique, where they would work for 25 minutes, when the alarm goes, they stop for 5 minutes, and then they work again for another 25 minutes, and they go like this for 4 or 5 times. So you need to find what works for you. What would you say? How long can you work where you work during a period that you've achieved optimum concentration? For me, 90 minutes worked for me. Is it always typical that I can have those 90 minutes having the kids around? Sometimes no. But at least I try to do 75 minutes, 75 minutes where I work without a break. So you need to find, first of all, what works for you. But you need to take those breaks. And what would you find? The advantage of taking sufficient breaks, frequent breaks, is that really and truly, you will become more productive. How will you become more productive? Number one, because you've taken that pause. So what's essential is when you take that pause, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I wanted to talk about this lastly. Why what you're doing during your break matters. So it's not just a matter of taking a break. What you do during that break matters as well. Because what you want to achieve when you take that break from your work, you want to achieve a psychological detachment. You want to achieve that psychological detachment from work. So it's where you switch off completely from work and from your work tasks, and you have that psychological detachment, and now you are in a frame of mind to relax. You're in a frame of mind to distress. So that's why I'm saying what you do during the break matters. So I would encourage you during your break not to go on your mobile phone, except if it is a break for that. Say for instance, I work from home and I'm on different social media channels or mediums, and I get messages. I do see the notifications sometimes when they come in, but I have disciplined myself because I have a time that I go and I respond to those notifications. So that particular break is geared at me responding to various notifications or messages at that time. But not each and every break I'm on my phone, because you do also need to take that break from the screen. That's why you're also taking a break from the computer screen, from your mobile phone. So what's the term? I think I noted the term down. It's computer vision syndrome, right? So you want to avoid, or you want to help prevent that syndrome. So what you do during your break matters. So what should you do during your break? Really do something that you enjoy. What is it that you enjoy doing? You could take a break and choose that time to meditate. Meditate for 5 minutes. You could take a break, go for a walk, breathe some fresh air, go into the back garden, take some deep breaths, breathe some fresh air, listen to music. I love to listen to music and dance. Oh yes, I love to dance about in the house, you know. So do something that you enjoy, do something that completely detaches you from the work mode, whether it's play with the kids. So sometimes I may work for an hour and I may say to my kids, okay, after this, or I might work for sometimes 90 minutes. Mommy needs this time. I'm working on an essential task. When I'm through, I'm going to spend 30 minutes with you. Your break doesn't have to be 30 minutes long, but I have 4 kids at home. So I have to find a way to work around it. So I'm going to spend 30 minutes with you, and I will go into the back garden with them, play on the trampoline, play mud kitchen, you know. So, and then after get back to it, you know. But I have my times as well when I work, and time for homeschooling, etc. But we're not getting into that. We're dealing with one tip per day, and that tip is, what do you do during your work, during your break? So depending on your situation, if you have kids, you could have a longer break where you're able to facilitate them and spend some time with them, because really and truly during that time you're spending time with them, so they're bonding with you, but you also distressing, because you know when we're engaging in those activities with the kids, we completely distress, and it will boost our creativity when we get back to work. So depending on your situation, here's what you need to do. One, identify how long you need to work before you take a break, that period of optimum concentration for you. Whether it's like those who follow the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes with 5 minute break each time, and you start again and you go like that for 4 to 5 times before another big break, or whether it's 60 minutes, 75 minutes, 90 minutes. What's your optimum time for you? Find what works for you, number one. Number two, be careful. Choose your activities right. Choose what you engage in carefully when you do take that break, so you can achieve that psychological detachment from work where you completely switch off and you're in that relaxed mode. Why? Because of these many benefits. It will boost your productivity. It will boost your creativity. It will help you to become, it will help with your focus and your attention. It will help you to avoid brain fatigue. Um, it will it will cause you to be, it will help you to, you know, deal better or cope better with the anxiety or stress. What else? I mean, I could mention so many more. It will help you to cultivate healthier habits, because when you take that break from work, for instance, and you decide, okay, now that I've taken my break from work, I'm going for a walk, or I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to engage in maybe some chatting with your friends, you know, some socializing. Whatever it is, these activities help you to maintain that well-being, you know, mental health and overall well-being. So taking the breaks and doing the right thing during your break can also help you to cultivate some healthier habits. So if you're someone at the moment working from home and you're going 3, 4, 5 hours straight, and then you find yourself so stressed, and plus you have the kids in the house and they're screaming and they're making noise, I want to encourage you, if you haven't started yet, start to take some breaks. Identify your time where you work for a period of time and you take whether it's 5, 10-minute break, 15-minute break. It's up to you. You decide how long your break is, and then make sure that you switch off also from your mobile phone so that you also have a break where your eyes can get some rest and you will not suffer from the computer vision syndrome. So I really hope that this tip benefits you greatly. Actually, I spoke with a friend of mine today. She reached out to me and she said that she saw the tips on LinkedIn and she found tip number 2 and she was searching for tip number 1 because she said it reached home, in her words exact. So I want to say a big thank you to her, for reaching out to me and letting me know that she found it so valuable. And I know that many of you will find these tips valuable. If you just apply them one tip at a time, one little change at a time, and you can have your work from home experience be one that is less stressful, more productive, and more joyous. See you on Monday with tip number 4. Bye for now. If you ever want to know more about me, hop over to www.mttrainingenterpriseslimited.com. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, share with a friend, comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts. And have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.